Okay, Supreme Court Judge Justice BV Nagarathna, speaking at an event on the role of judiciary in empowerment of Indian women, raised concerns over equality between couples and the condescending nature that men have towards marriage. Justice Nagarathna, who is known for breaking the glass ceiling and being a champion of women's rights, will become the first woman Chief Justice of India in 2027. Justice Nagarathna also raised concerns over the need for both men and women to realize that they both are important pillars of marriage and men need to shed off their condescending attitude, adding that behind every successful man, there has to be a family and it cannot come through subordination of women in a marriage.
Both women and men must realize that they are the pillars of the institution of marriage. Different pillars serve different but equally important purposes. No family can subsist without a healthy balance of economics or care work. A condescending attitude towards women in the family is the cause of the cracks, and domestic violence and infidelity are the outcome of the emerging cracks. Mr. Nariman always speaks about the right attitude. I would only say that the men must remove that condescending attitude towards women. I feel that marriage and family as institutions are important in India, and that is why we are sustaining as a society. I would like to emphasize that it is high time that the institution of marriage and family is protected and sustained in our country, and that its very sustenance is dependent upon happiness, comfort, and well-being of women, and everybody in the family must make concrete efforts towards that objective. Just as the erosion of the proper and just function of an organ of the state can have damaging consequences on the entire structure of governance, the erosion of the identity of women in the family, in whatever capacity it is bound to cause eventual breakdown of family and marriage. It is often said that behind a successful man is a woman, but I would say that behind a successful woman should be a family.
She also shed some light on the difficulties that women face in the formal workforce, but they find it difficult in the legal profession due to a lack of equal division of household work and domestic chores. Now, Justice Nagaratna, in her closing remarks, flagged the urgent need for institutions to help make the judiciary more inclusive and diverse. I earlier spoke to activist Brinda Dige and Khushbu Jain over Justice Nagaratna's remarks. Listen in. Ms. Jain, I want to come to you first. The fact that we haven't had a female Chief Justice of India yet, I want your opinion on where you think the problem lies. Why is it that we're only now getting a first female CJI in 2027?
As rightly said by Justice, that we do have number of women in the judiciary, in the lower judiciary, the number are still high. But when it comes to high courts, when it comes to Supreme Court, the number goes exponentially low. That's certainly not just judiciary, but every other sphere, that women at the entry level have broken that barrier and entered, but the moment responsibility seeps in, we still live in the patriarchy side of family systems, where women, when it comes to children, when it comes to family, when it comes to in-laws, have to take care of certain things, and the responsibility that becomes as an added job, that the other professional aspect becomes neglected and they go behind that. So that's where I think we have to come to a level where more women are given opportunity, and they continue to do so till the higher, till the up the ladder.
Sadiye, thank you so much for remaining with us. What I wanted to ask you about is that you are a women's rights activist. You have dealt with many cases in the past, many stories where you've had to give your opinion, especially when it comes to the idea of marital rape. Do you think it's going to be possible that during the 36-day tenure of the Justice Nagaratna, do you think it's going to be possible that we're going to see any step forward when it comes to criminalizing marital rape across the country?
Yes, that is the most important question that you must ask now, and all of us must ask, because we believe that, like Justice Nagaratna said, a family is a very, very important and almost a pivotal aspect in our society and in most societies. We also believe and have the faith in the family to support women. But here we are also saying that because of the family, for the sake of the family, the woman must sacrifice, the woman must remain silent, and the woman must not complain. And the aspect of marital rape still has social sanctions, which is seeping into the legitimate and the legal aspects, where the politicians, the legal practitioners do not still believe that it is something that is a crime. A rape is a rape. It cannot be different if it happens inside my bedroom or it happens outside the bedroom. And that aspect is not yet being addressed in a sensitive and a rights-based approach. Because again, we look at this whole component of marital rape as if it is something that must be suffered for the sake of the family by the woman, which means we do not want to accept that women are equal citizens, equal people who can enjoy all their constitutional rights. And everything that Justice Nagaratna said sounds very good, but we need to ask ourselves, what about treating women as equal citizens? Treating women as people who have every right and entitlement as guaranteed by the Constitution. When social sanctions of marital rape are accepted by the legal fraternity or the structures of justice in our country, then it is scary. There is a problem, because you do not want a complaint to be brought so that that husband or spouse or partner can be punished for something that happened inside the bedroom. And casting aspersions on the woman. Is she speaking the truth? Is she trying to get revenge? Is she just trying to make some small thing a mountain of a molehill? So that doubt itself is unacceptable. So while we talk of families being supportive, families being the pivot of everything, we need to ask ourselves, families must learn to not be patriarchal and chauvinistic where women are concerned, where marriage is concerned, where partnerships are concerned. The word partnership itself is equal responsibility and equal privileges and equal rights. There may be talents and abilities that might vary.
Absolutely.
But when we talk of constitutional guarantees, that equality cannot be compromised.
With that